Yeah.
Well, obviously, like I said, we have some questions from our YouTube fans, and also just I'm a Fresh Prince fan,
Right
so obviously we love you from the show. One of our users actually wanted to know, and this is such a great question, what was your biggest challenge when filming Fresh Prince?
Interestingly, the biggest challenge wasn't me. The biggest challenge was Will. So Will had a time where he got married. I introduced him to his wife, his ex-wife now, and he got a divorce. And it really broke him, right? And when you're acting, you are literally looking into the soul of another actor, right? When you're in those scenes, you look into a person. You just don't look at a person. And for the time before, he was Will. He was, present. And then all of a sudden, he was gone. And so I was looking into someone who was vacant, in his shell. And as a really good friend, as someone you care about, it breaks your heart to see someone completely disappear from being the guy with the most spirit to someone who had almost none. And one of the greatest moments was the day he came back, right? And it was like, it's a moment that we all remembered on the show as a cast. And we went, "You're back." And he came out of it, and he was happy
the divorce
again.
Done
It was
then?
all, I don't know if it was done, but he had gotten past the hurt. He had gotten past, the pain of it, and became present again. And it was a wonderful moment for all
Amazing.
of us. Yeah.
And another question was, what was one of your favorite things to shoot for the show?
The most fun I had was we did a scene where we completely broke the fourth wall.
Oh.
And we I don't know, some people remember this. I get on the ground and in the episode we was at a cabin and Will he didn't come. We thought he had murdered his girlfriend, right? And he had her in the cabin, and I had set it all up as a big joke. And he comes back, and I'm like, "Where's Lisa?" And he's like, "I'm sorry, but she didn't make it. And after I got out, I did this." And I was like, "Ah!" And I jumped down on the ground, and I'm literally pulling myself, on all fours on the ground. And then I run through one of the sets, and then I'm running through the audience, and then I come out like the elevator and of the school area, and then I run into the office, and then he hugs me, and we're off set. And it was just like a funny thing that we did we did it during the taping, thinking it would just be a funny little bit that we would have fun doing. And they were like, "Nah, let's air it." And we were like, "Huh? Well, but we're breaking." Oh, shucks. Go ahead.
Yeah.
it was great. So that was probably the one moment that I remember, because I really don't remember a lot about the show, but that's the one moment.
It was a long time.
Well, it's just like the thing for me, which is very different for the audience, is I didn't watch the show. So I might have seen 5 episodes on TV. Whereas for me, it was like, once I filmed it, I was done with it.
Right, so it's
Right.
work. I don't remember every day
make
work.
it better. I can't change it. So there's no reason to watch it, right? And I was living life, right? It's kind of like social media where everyone is still in it, right? And it's like, no, I did it. I don't need to record it to remember it. I did it. Maybe I should have recorded it and watched it, because now I don't remember them. But
Did you ever watch your Dancing with the Stars performances?
I did watch those, and I watched those because I needed to understand how to make it the next week. If it wasn't a competition, I never would have watched it. But it was watching it for information. How did that play on TV? How did that? What do I need to do to be better the next week? So it was about the competition in terms of
different
watching it, not watching it to enjoy it.
That's so interesting, and I love. We're in a time of reboots. I'm sure people ask you all the time. Have you and Will discussed anything? Anything?
Right now, there's just I've continued to say, and I will say this probably forever, is there's just no real reboot of that show without James Avery. Uncle Phil was even though it's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Will's the star, the core of the show was Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
And the concept behind the show is about, Will moving to Bel-Air to change his life. Well, we ended it and his life was changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like where does it go? We stopped doing it because we felt like the show couldn't be better when we were doing it. And we were like, I think we've told the stories we need to tell. I think it's time to end this. So it's kind of hard to go, well, let's make another one of this.
Yeah.
There just isn't another Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If someone wants to remake it and recast and put new people in it, everybody has their right to do whatever they feel. But you can't remake the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't work to me. So why?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like the past is the past. Let it be. Let it live.
I know, it is amazing
not a
how,
reboot. Whether there's other concepts and other things that could work.
You and Will can collab on a YouTube video. Right. He's all up in the YouTube right now.
He's all about YouTube right now. But it's like,
you're not jumping
you're
out of a
be on
plane.
YouTube. You're going to be on YouTube now.
What's up, YouTube?